RBC predicts a recession to happen in early 2023. CBC says if you thought 2022 was bad, wait till you see what 2023 has in store for the economy. And ATB says Alberta is recession proof. With so much media coverage and uncertainty in the world right now, a lot of people may be thinking, is now the right time to buy or sell real estate? Or should you just wait and see? Stick around to the end of the video for advice that will help you make the best decision for your situation in 2023. Hey everyone, my name's Murray. I'm a licensed realtor here in Lethbridge, and I'm going to be going over some key factors that are important to understand when it comes to the real estate market in Lethbridge. With so much news and clickbait titles floating around on social media, you would think that the sky is falling. That's why I want to be your go-to source for the truth about the real estate market here in Lethbridge and help you understand these factors to get you a better picture of what's happening in the market. If you're looking for reliable information about the Lethbridge real estate market, make sure to hit that like button and get subscribed so you don't miss my future videos. Over the holidays, I met with a lot of my friends and family, and they all had the same question: what is in store for the 2023 Lethbridge real estate market? My answer to all of them was that unfortunately nobody has a crystal ball, and there's a lot of factors that affect the real estate market, and lots of those factors are completely out of our control. The biggest topic on everyone's mind was interest rates. In my last video, I went over the 5 key statistics that happened in the real estate market in Lethbridge, and you can very clearly see that the first half of the year and the second half of the year were 2 entirely different markets. If you haven't seen that video, click here. The change in Lethbridge's housing market in 2022 happened step in step with the Bank of Canada increasing their interest rates. So our peak sales volume was in March in 2022, and that's the exact same month that the Bank of Canada had their first of many interest rate hikes. Interest rates play a massive role in the housing market, and according to some experts in the industry, we're going to be seeing another interest rate hike this month. However, it's important to keep in mind that the economy is constantly changing, and the Bank of Canada may adjust interest rates as needed. On a positive note, the Bank of Canada recently released their Consumer Price Index report, and it shows that we are trending downwards from our peak inflation of 8.1%. The problem is that we're still well above the 2% target set for inflation. The Bank of Canada has alluded to the fact that they are going to be holding their interest rates high until they reach their 2% target for inflation, and many economists think it's going to take until at least 2024 for that target to be reached. But take that with a grain of salt, because in 2020 they also said that they were going to be keeping interest rates low for a long time.
Interest rates are very low, and they're going to be there for a long time.
Turns out a long time for the Bank of Canada is about 1.5 years. So it's really hard to know what's going to happen in the coming year. That's why I'm going to be doing monthly market updates, looking at the most recent data to give you the best picture of where we are and what to expect moving forward. The key takeaway here is that nobody knows what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months, but most experts agree we are not going to have a repeat of 2022 when we saw 7 rate increases. I completely understand it's a bit of a shock seeing these high interest rates, and they are the highest that we've seen in Canada in the last 20 years. However, looking back 30 or 40 years, you'll see that they're not the highest they've ever been. With that being said, 1980 was a very, very long time ago. The housing market, the economy, everything in Canada was different at that time. Think about this. Today, we're closer to 2060 than we are to 1980. Looking at historical interest rates can give you some context and insight into how interest rates have fluctuated over time. However, it may not be entirely relevant in our current market. They should definitely not be relied on as a sole indicator of what to expect in the coming market, so it's important to keep an eye on the current market conditions at all times. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of information, but what does this mean for the Lethbridge real estate market in 2023? Thankfully, in Lethbridge, our benchmark house price is about 1/3 of Toronto and Vancouver. So for example, if someone in Toronto's payments went up $1,000 over the course of last year, a comparable house in Lethbridge would have only gone up $300 or so. As for the house prices in Lethbridge, I predict that we are going to be seeing no more than a 1% decrease over the course of 2023. We're entering a balanced market, and some signs point towards a buyer's market in the very near future, and with that comes increased negotiation power. So what does that mean for sellers? If you did not buy your house in the last 2 years, chances are you still have way more equity than you think, and the chance to sell your house for a profit is still there. Although in a buyer's market, there's a higher likelihood that your property will sit on the market for a slightly longer time. So what does this mean for buyers? Well, we're going to be seeing a more balanced market, so that means no more bidding wars, and there should be more houses on the market so you're able to find that perfect one. Keep in mind that while buyers have more power in a buyer's market, it's still important to have a pre-approval letter and work with a real estate agent that can help you navigate the process and make a competitive offer. So what does this mean for renters? I would expect your rent to be increasing this year as more and more landlords are going to have to renew their mortgages at that higher rate. If you are thinking about purchasing your own home, there are a few programs that the government is offering for first-time home buyers. Nobody knows when the bottom of the market is going to be. It could be now or it could be in 6 months. If you buy a house this year in Lethbridge, even if there is a downturn in the housing market, I'm confident that within a few more years, that house is going to be back up above more than what you bought it. As long as you're able to make the monthly payments, you understand the true cost of owning your own home, and you're not planning on moving in the next couple years, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. To wrap things up, the real estate market is complex and there's a lot of factors that can affect it. No one saw COVID-19 coming in 2020 or the 7 interest rate hikes that we saw in 2022. I'm not an economist, and even they can't predict what's going to happen in this coming year. 2022 has taught me that the market can change very quickly, and here's my advice for anyone looking to buy or sell. It's very important to work with someone who you trust to give you the right information and understands the local market and your personal situation. This will help you make an informed decision about buying or selling a property. If you don't have that person, I'd be happy to have a chat with you, and my details are in the description down below. Also, get subscribed to be the first one to know what's happening as it happens in the Lethbridge real estate market. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.